Hello, and welcome to the Forex weekly review of AK Trades. For this week, we're going to be viewing some ideas for the week of starting February 17 to February 22. Let's start by reviewing the US dollar, Canadian dollar. In this chart of the US dollar Canadian dollar, we seeing this big drop in the pair, and now we seeing how the price has pulled back to previous zone, but we see some rejection in areas lower than the pullback before. So we're seeing lower, and even lower, higher low. So our bias is bearish for this trade. uh, how would we approach this trade? Well, the more risky trader will enter in a stop loss and trying to at least go to this bullish trend line around 1.31. The more conservative trader, and my advice would be to wait for a pullback and rejection again to this area, if you can have it. Have something that would look something like this, maybe some sort of pullback and rejection around this area to enter this trade. That would be a much better risk to reward ratio. As we see, this pair is having this bullish trend line. If we go to the daily chart, if we go to the daily chart, we can see that the pair is showing a staircase pattern. Is giving lower highs every time. So if you enter this intraday trade idea that I just mentioned, you can take some profits at this trend line, because this is a probability area that the buyers are going to defend. But if you see some weakness around this area and we breach this trend line and we start to upset price below it, then this would be a great opportunity to long-term trade, to even look for areas of around 121. So be on the lookout for the breach of this trend line, and then after that this trend line is breached, we want to see some correction below this trend line to look for some really long-term trade. So this would be a really nice pair to keep an eye on. Moving on to the dollar Swiss franc. Last week we talked about this pair. I wanted to short it when it was around this area, because I had my interest zone around here. Prices were up around here, so I'd say that when prices again come into this range, it would be a good place to start for shorts. This bullish trap was in Sunday, when the market opened on Sunday. This fooled a lot of people. Thankfully, I did not get in this trade, and prices push forward. But I think this is a key area that price has rejected, because this accumulation here were sellers accumulating selling position that in front this down move. So around this area, this is going to be the last line of defense for these sellers. And we are seeing right now the price is doing is rejecting this area 4 times already. So this would be a great trade to get in. Again, you can get in after these lows are breached around 1004, or you can wait for a nice retraction again to this area, and we want to see some rejection here before entering this trade. If prices retrace here and we see some rejection, this would be a great short trade because the risk to reward ratio is going to be very nice. It's going to look something like this. With stops around 1.01 and our first target around 0.99. So this is a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So this would be a nice trade. Moving on to the euro pound, we talked about this pair last week. Last week, when prices were around here, we talked about that we want to see a pullback to this green area around 0.8827, which it did very nicely at the end of the week, and the price rejected it very strongly. So if you did not get in with our idea last week around this area, how can you get in now? I think you still can get in if you see prices retraces to this trend line and start accepting price around here and look for some weakness before entering this trade and look for the first target around 0.8624. So be on the lookout for prices accepting below this trend line. Now talking about the dollar yen, we also discussed this pair last week. Um, Last week price was around here, and I thought that my bias for this trade was bearish, but I would not enter this trade if prices wouldn't fall to 109.47, because at this point when we talk about it was 250-50 this trade, because it was forming what appeared to be, and at the end what ended up to be, a bullish flag. So if you follow us last week, you did not enter the short trade because prices never reached our decision line that was 109.47. But we can see how price went in a nice bullish run, and now it's going to start a pullback. So my idea for this changes now. Now my bias is bullish, but my zone is the same, because as I was saying last week, it was very 50-50. Now it seems to be the trade has to be defined as a bullish. So what do I want to see? I want to see a retracement to the same area of last week, but now I want to see some longs. My stops would be around 109, 109, and my profit would be around this area with a nice 3-to-1 ratio, almost 4-to-1. And this area is a great area to start locking up profits, because this is the area where the sellers accumulating selling positions that started this sell-off, and they probably gonna defend this area. So, but this is a nice risk to reward ratio as well. And we end up with the pound yen. Here in this trade, we are just seeing the price is moving in the downward channel. So we just want to see the price move back again to the higher part of the channel around 142.56 and over 142.90. And we want to see some weakness around this area to enter this trade. The target would be around 139.38. And if I were you, when prices reach the area, I would take out 80% of the profits and wait, because if prices reach this lower part and start upsetting around here, this would be a nice long-term trade to around 135 long-term trade. So keep an eye on this pair as well. Well, this has been all for this trading week ideas. I hope you enjoy it. Remember, you can follow us on Instagram at AK Trades. And if you have any comments or inquiries, you can post it in the comment section. And I hope you have a great trading week. Goodbye.